So here it goes, everyone. The absolute first video as Orange Barn Empowerment Center, because I sat around so long, and so many of you that know me that may watch this will know that journey, and I've been part of it and been part of me getting to here. But those of you that don't know me, this journey to here started whenever it started, hopefully never ends, because oh my God, it's so exciting to step out of the box that we've been conditioned to live in and create what I know I was meant to create 5 years ago, what fell back into my lap 3 years ago, and what I'm now accepting is really ultimately my purpose, my passion, my desires all coming true. And there's been a lot of layers to this work. So for today, January 31st, 2023, to be any different, I can't say it is, other than everything I have learned to hear, all the energy, all the love, all the support, all the hope, all the hard times, all the punches to the face and the kicks to the tits that I have been through and given myself. I won't lie. I'm not exactly my best friend some days. And in fact, a lot of this journey has been about being curious about who I am and why I showed up in such a way like that, when all along, everything I've ever wanted is right here in front of me. I just didn't put my hand up and ask the important questions. And the important question is this. I ask my clients all the time, what if I don't do it? And I was stuck somewhere between the what and the it of that sentence. So these videos, this YouTube channel is all dedicated to me being authentically raw with you, to me sharing what has got me to here, because I realized in talking to a very dear friend today and allowing somebody to step into their purpose and seeing their purpose before they saw it or as they saw it, and opening that door has always been what this space is about. And you'll hear me talk about this space, and this space is literally a physical 6.87 acre farm that I've always visualized as the empowerment center here in Ottawa. And from the get-go, and I keep my journals, a lot of them. I don't write in them every day, but I do journal a lot. And I've been beating myself up the last few months when I found some older journals from 2015, 2017, 2019, last year, 2022, that I haven't gotten to where I said I was in that journal. But here's the interesting thing that I discovered today as I was talking to this beautiful soul about my journey to here. And in that, I realized, and I spoke it out loud, that I am exactly where I said I was going to be all those years ago. I am just not seeing it. I'm just not appreciating it. I'm just afraid of that last little bit, which is commitment to something bigger than me, something that we all need. And that's a connection. That's an understanding. That's a link, a permission of sorts to just be seen and to be heard and to know that we all matter. And in that, it's mucky, it's murky, it's gross at times, but it is absolutely the most beautiful place to be at the same time. Because when you're that present, to where I've gotten myself now to being that present right here in this moment, doing this video, I know there's nothing that I can't do. I know there is no failure, because there is only lessons. And in that journaling, in those processes, even in that discussion today, is the reminder that I was somewhere before I was here. And for me, that moment was specifically visual, and I go back to it and I've grown from it. And I have friends and family that have been with me every step of the way. And I didn't fully appreciate all the tools I was acquiring from them, from myself, from the moments, because I was so caught up in here, so caught up in here. And to the very moment today when I had that conversation, that I realized, I'm going, oh my God, I'm making it more complicated than it is. It is so much simpler. So Authentically Raw, Orange Barn Empowerment Center, empowering other people, my calling of being able to speak truth, of connecting with people where you're at, not where I'm at, where you are at, and seeing the light inside of you that is just bursting to get out, that is just wanting that one little word to say, please, please hear me. See the light. Do whatever you have to do. I'm here. It's already in each of us, our purpose. It's already in our hearts. I've created workbooks. I've created a retreat. I've created courses, everything. And then I let it all go because it wasn't enough. I thought it wasn't perfect enough. But you know what the funny thing is when we think that? It's not my thought. That wasn't my thought. That was this box I've been conditioned to fit into. I had to check all the boxes, pass grade 1, pass grade 6, pass high school, and then do this, and then you'll be happy, and then you'll do this. But you know something interesting happens along the way. Life throws us curveballs. It'll kick you in the tits or the nuts or whatever you have. It will kick you. And you have two choices in that moment. You get knocked down and you stay down, or you get knocked down and you learn how to get back up. You crawl, you climb, you do whatever it takes to get back up. And you do this for one reason and one reason only. If you do this, if you choose this path, and I chose that path, and you do it because there's a knowing, there's that feeling inside of you. And as I delve deeper into the spiritual, the energy, the work that I do, that I can't explain. Wayne Dyer, Oprah, many of people have talked about it, Louise Hay, so many spiritual guides in my life, and so many people close to me that have already done the work that I'm doing the work with, day in, day out. Just meditating, just being in nature here. There is so much in that I'm not even going to waste any more time trying to explain what I can't explain. I'm just going to trust it. And that got me up off my knees and onto, some kind of support. And then it got me here, standing here on my own, 2 feet, no problems. Trusting absolutely everything that I know here in my heart. No matter what my mind says, no matter what my ego says, I am trusting everything in my heart because it got me to here. It showed me, this heart showed me that I have to love me more than anyone else. Because if I don't love myself 100%, how can I go out in a world and expect anyone to love me, respect me, or listen to me or anything? When I show up half full, when I show up fake, when I show up uncommitted, that's not me. I'm all in. I have nothing to lose because there is no failure. Everything is a lesson. And each one of those lessons, hard, medium hard, easy, way too easy, they're all teaching me to keep going, to keep going, to keep going, because those pieces all fall into place today because I was listening all those years ago and taking the experiences I had and throwing them in this thing called the brain. And the brain kept trying to find an answer. The ego kept trying to find the answer. But when I threw my heart into the mix and I slowed down and I got present to why I'm doing what I'm doing and to how close I am to having it all done already and to surrendering to that, thank you to my dear coaches that remind me to surrender, it's already done. And I truly believe that now. It's already done because just speaking that into the world all those years ago has manifested me to being here. And this is the space where things change. This is the space where I truly mean it when I say I'm here to help other people find their purpose. And my ultimate mission, if you know me, is to end child suicide. And that is on a bigger level. That is a huge mission. But in that mission development, I learned too that I have to own who I am as a parent. I have to own who I am as a member in society. I can't keep shutting everything down and pretending it's not happening. I need to know where I am at, and I need to keep putting love into this universe so that I can teach even those that aren't watching, so that I can teach those that might hear, those that might watch, those that might pick up on something I say or do or model. But most of all, I need to hear myself say these things so that I never give up on myself and my journey and my passion and my legacy that I want to leave. That's what matters the most. It has nothing to do with anything I can buy. I heard myself saying that today. You want to buy time and wealth and everything, but then I was working through something else and I'm going empowerment, joy, determination, worth, peace. These are all things we can't buy. All these emotions that we're missing in our life, emotional intelligence, all these faith, courage, strength, all these things. You can't buy any of those. Do you know why I think you can't buy those? Is because we create them when we get to the place when we're ready to accept them and ready to feel them. And that, my friends, that is what this space is all about. Because this journey I've been on has been beautiful. It's been miraculous. It's been painful as shit. But my God, I wouldn't trade any of it. Any of it. My hardest day, I can see so clearly, was a gift. It was a gift of my number one core value, which is courage. It gave me the courage to realize I couldn't rely on anyone else in that moment. Not the system, not the people, not anything other than myself. And not because people didn't love me, not because people didn't want a different outcome, but because in speaking our truth, it's not always going to make a difference to everyone else. But in speaking our truth, I hear it. I stand taller. I stand straighter. I stand more firm in my beliefs.